now Tommy Bartlett meets our first guests, Mr. and Mrs. Henry Hensel of Rochelle Park, New Jersey.
Well, hello, Mrs. Hensel.
Good morning.
And hi, Mr. Hensel.
Greetings, sir.
And thank you, Bob Cunningham.
Do you think you'll be as much in love with your husband at 75 as you are today? If you are, you'll be as happy as this couple, who are still so in love after 55 years of marriage. That Henry here runs an ad in the hometown newspaper on each anniversary. The ad tells hundreds of thousands of people how grateful he is to have Sophie here for a wife.
Sounds like a remarkable couple, Bob. Mrs. Hensel, 55 years of married life. How big is your family?
Only 37.
37?
Yeah. 6 children, 11 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren.
Well, aren't you in the family, Henry?
I was asking just now. Am I included?
Henry, how did it all start?
Well, my wife and I happened to go to a gathering, and in fact, it was a ladies and gentlemen club, and all the ladies were sitting just like in a half circle. And the topic must have been when I was passing there, that one lady very lightly asked, said, well, my husband bought me this, another one, my husband bought me that, and all of a sudden I heard my wife say, well, my husband never bought me anything, which I'll explain. I hold out every week my amount that I require when I was still working. I kept it out of the pay envelope, and the rest belonged to the wife. If I had to buy her a present, I would have to tip. Oh, no tip. I would have to take more out to buy her a present. So this way she got all the money and she could have bought whatever she felt like. Just like one day she says, Papa, I bought 2 dresses. Mom, that's fine. She showed them to me. Mom, that's swell. So there you go. Why should I buy any present? She would buy it. So I faced the whole audience and I spoke to my wife. But everybody heard me. Mother, I heard your complaint. 6 months from now, it was in 38. When we were married, 6 months previous before we were married, 40 years. 40 years, that's right. Oh, forget all about the years. So I said, 6 months from now, we're going to be married 40 years, but I'm going to do something no man ever has done. Not thinking what I would do. But I always read the public notices, and there you always see broken marriages. For one woman, pleased to her husband, to return to the children's hall, and another man, my wife left my bed and board, and I'm not responsible for her death. So I thought, I'm going to advertise a happy marriage.
Hey, what was in this first ad?
The first ad was that one. A treasure. I'm proud to announce the possession of a jewel. My wife, Sophie Hensel. For the last 40 years, since the 1st of March, 1898. My sons, daughters, sons-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, and grandchildren share in the possession of this jewel. Your loving husband, Henry Hensel.
Well, Sophie, what did you think when you read the ad in the paper?
Oh, I suddenly was surprised to see that he advertises his love for his wife. And he's been doing it every year anniversary. And to the 50th, well, Henry, you tell him about the 50th.
To my sweetheart, Sophie Hensel, to your 50th year of companionship and devotion, I'm thankful for the help with which you endowed. I thank you for the love and care you have bestowed upon me and the family, your patience and forgiveness. You always have been an unexcelled wife, mother, mother-in-law, grandmother, and great-grandmother.
Yes.
We all revere you. Your sweetheart, Henry Hensel.
Sophie, what advice can you give young people just starting out in married life?
Now, what I should give them, they shouldn't quarrel, be happy together, and forgive lots of things. That's my motto is, the wisest one gives in.
Well, I'm sure the story of your happy marriage has been a thrill for everyone and who has seen and heard you today, and you presented a goal for marriage that is certainly worth trying for. Thanks to Henry, and thanks to Sophie.
I thank you.
Well, Henry Hensel, you've given your wife the finest gift any man could give any woman, complete devotion. Well, we do have some things that you can use, Mr. and Mrs. Hensel. We want you to enjoy a second honeymoon at beautiful Oakton Manor in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. You'll spend 5 wonderful days there, and I know you'll enjoy the fine, home-cooked meals at Oakton Manor.
And they're mud baths there, Henry.
Our 55th honeymoon.
And I know you'll be proud to serve on this Easterling China dinnerware set, Mrs. Hensel. It's the most beautiful translucent Bavarian porcelain china. A 6-place setting, including a handsome sugar and creamer, all in Easterling's radiant pattern.